This is my holographic shadowed Charizard, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon cards. I've always wanted a figure that matched the card's artwork, so I made my own. In this video, I'm going to show you how I sculpted, printed, and painted this guy right here. Charizard! I've got a lot of work to do. Let's get started. So here we are at the computer. I have ZBrush open with a Z-sphere, and we're going to be blocking out and sculpting on this Z-sphere. What's great about Z-spheres is that I can just click on it and drag and create new forms. So like this could be shoulders, then an arm, and we just expand on it, right? And we just make it until we get to points that really work for the form we're trying to develop. These first sculpting steps are really simple. I start by turning this Z-sphere into Charizard's torso. I then pull out his neck, his arms, and his legs. And finally, I go back and I create his tail. After his basic form is complete, I have some really simple details to map out, to block out, and make sure it feels right. Alright, I'm really happy about this. This model, the block out looks great. I love where all the forms are, and I can really start to see where Charizard is going to come from. So now that I have these main forms done with all the placeholders, I can go back and start detailing each subtool to make them look like the final form of what our Charizard model is going to look like. It's very exciting. I love doing the detailing part. This is where you really start to see the model come together. So I'm going to try to keep this as simple as I can and do justice to the card look that we're going for. So Charizard looks like Charizard. I'm pretty excited with this now. It's always fun when you get to this point when you can actually see the creature you're designing. And Charizard looks great. There were a few things I made changes to and had to bring him back to his Charizard self. And one of those was the belly. I don't like Charizard being a thick boy. But after looking at it like this, I realized Charizard's got that dad bod. I have that dad bod. It's probably why I don't like it. So we made him a nice, all thick, juicy boy. So he's got that nice belly. I changed the arms a lot to make him look more like the Charizard we see today. I'll need to go back and add more volume to his wings, correct him a little bit. And after I detail a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and pose him. Alright, I'm at the point where the details look good. It's the main form of Charizard. He doesn't have any real skin details, so we're ready to pose him. These Z-spheres are so useful. I'm using them again to create a skeleton inside of the Charizard mesh. This allows me to manipulate the body and create real forms and poses and make Charizard look realistic. Each Z-sphere you see will be a point of articulation, so I can manipulate this body into a pose that matches the card. Alright, so I have the Z-sphere rig finished. This is what it looks like. This is like a skeleton with spheres. This is good because I can grab pieces and rotate them now. So say I want to grab the wing right here and I want to rotate it this way. Done. Makes it a lot easier to grab and pull things. Look how cool that is. The goal is to match the card's artwork without taking away from Charizard's iconic style. I wanted to focus on Charizard's fierce nature, along with his powerful body forms. I had a very difficult time working on Charizard's hands. Through the years, Charizard's art style changed drastically. It's important to me that this Charizard represents the artwork on his original Pokemon card. After all, that's what this whole project's about. After many hours of trial and error, I was able to find a form that I thought looked great and represented that card. This is Charizard in his glorified card form. So if you see, he's got the same pose, the wings, everything. It's very similar. There are differences because this card is a artistic drawing in perspective. It's not going to look the same as a real three-dimensional object in true perspective. But I love it. It's so freaking neat. So, this big daddy boy is about to get some color, a little bit more details, and off to the printer he will go. So I have Charizard split. Now I need to add the keys, and that allows me to put together the model very easily. Everything lines up, holds it in place, and it looks seamless. So I'm going to go ahead and export him, put him on the 3D printing software, and we'll go from there. I'm ready to print. The files are done. Everything's set in their place. Now I'm going to take the memory sticks downstairs and plug them in, and we're going to get this going. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's go. All right, we're in the printing room, the studio down here, and everything is underway. It's getting really, really crazy. So the printer should be done printing all these parts in the next day and a half, I think. But yeah, you can see there's a lot going on. So a long ways to go. Then I have to take them off, clean them, and paint them. Woohoo! Alexa, turn on the UV chamber. Alexa, turn off the UV chamber.
Why did you have to make a Charizard which is a Pokemon?
Alright, so Charizard's about to get primed. I got him all set up on this table. I'm going to paint him on this. And the reason for that is, I can't just spin this while I'm painting him. Make it super simple. Charizard is primed. So I went ahead and took his right arm off. And the reason for that was I realized his belly, when I airbrush it, I want easy access to the belly. And I'll just put the arm right back on and there's no issue painting. Because look how close it is. It really makes it hard to get in there. Now that Charizard is primed, I can go ahead and paint him. I'm going to create my own paint colors with a mixture using these paints right here. I'll be using this airbrush right here. I'll fill this up with the colors that I create, and then I'll be able to easily airbrush the entire Charizard. I'm super excited for that. I have not used that airbrush yet, and I really have been wanting to use it for like over a year now, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it works in the way I think it will. But with this airbrush, I'll be able to paint a large mass in a very short time. It's almost like using a spray paint can, but it's gonna be a lot more precise and a lot faster. Charizard has been painted his main body color. I had to do 4 layers of his body to get it that color with the shadowing. Wasn't as much fun as I thought it'd be doing it that many times. Now I gotta do the belly, and that's gonna be a lot of fun because I have to mix the colors for that. It doesn't have to be perfect because these are flames. So this is going to be the orange color. Starting to look kind of cool. I just put a huge glob of this in there. After countless hours of work, here's the final model. If you'd like to print or paint Charizard for yourself, you can download this file for free on Cults3d. The link is in the video description. Tag me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook if you make your own version. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to see more. What should I make next?